We are at Baltimore Comic Con Day 2. I am with Peppermonster and Craig.
As Gandalf.
As Gandalf. Alright, so I know that you create your own costumes. Do you as well?
Nope, this is her creation.
Do you want to talk about that? What is the process of you making your own costumes?
Well, first you decide what you want to make, and from that list you narrow down your time frame and your budget, and you work from there. I usually work on a couple costumes at a time, so I don't burn out on any one project. If I get frustrated, I just move on to something else so that I remain productive. His costume I made in about 3 days. I just plowed through, ordered the fabric, got it, made it, and he debuted it within a day or two of me getting it done at Dragon Con. This one I made the night before this con because I procrastinated, which is something I have a chronic issue with. But that the pressure of the deadline really motivates me. So for the detriment or not, I can work under pressure very quickly thanks to my job as a tailor. I work in a bridal shop dealing with brides and grooms and tailoring a lot of suits very quickly. So it's just, I guess, the conditions I'm best working under.
Other than timing, what are the challenges of creating your own costumes?
A lot of it has to do with budget. You know, you have to save up for the fabric, the materials, the paints. Everyone thinks that, oh, it's cheaper to make it than buy it, but you can spend $90 and purchase something off of Amazon, or spend $300 and make it yourself. So it's usually saving up, getting everything I need together is the biggest tackle, and after that it's just, you know, the enjoyment of the creation.
Awesome. And how long have you been cosplaying?
I've been cosplaying since around 2011, and you started just this last year.
Mm-hmm.
I was a judge at the World Championships of Cosplay, and he was like my dad handler, and while I was busy doing my job for the con, he was hanging around dressed as Stan Lee, because under all of this, he actually very strongly resembles Stan. So he had gotten a remark that he had a killer Stan Lee cosplay when he was just being my dad. And so we went with it. And so he actually cosplays all of Stan Lee's cameos in the Marvel films. So he has the FedEx Stan Lee, the Stan Lee with the yellow sweater and khaki pants, with an Excelsior hat. He does the haircut, the Galactic Barber Stan Lee from the Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
That one's a lot of fun. He's got the spinning, cutting hand apparatus, because in that cameo, he's the character that cut Thor's hair off right before he fought Hulk. So
Yep.
that's my favorite cameo of his. We're working on, I think we're doing the security guard.
Security Stanley.
Stanley
I'm
from,
so fired.
yeah, when from Winter Soldier, right?
Yeah.
Winter Soldier, when he shows up and the suit was stolen, and he goes, "I'm so fired."
Yeah.
And so that's going to be his. I think the FedEx one goes over really well because he looks for Tony Stank.
Yep, we're looking for Tony Stank.
Anyone seen Tony Stank? We're looking for Tony Stank. We have a
walked-
package.
I
for
walked
Tony
into a
Stank.
group of 3 Spider-Men doing the meme of all pointing at each other. And after they had a few minutes of that, I walked in as Stan Lee and asked if they had seen Tony Stank anywhere. They fell on the ground and stared.
They had to take their masks off and just double over on their knees laughing because it was unexpected.
Yep.
And not everyone gets it, but when you get that light show up in someone's eye where they're like,
Yep.
"That's a Stan Lee cameo,"
Yeah.
it makes them so happy. It definitely. It's kind of like the magic of anyone can cosplay at any age. You know, once you reach a certain age, you just look like Stan Lee, and it's a real easy,
Worked
comfortable
again at
cosplay.
SteelCon too.
Yeah, yep. It's very popular and very easy for him.
Yep.
While I'm not doing anything easy or comfortable.
That's awesome. Is there anything else you want to add?
I say, if you ever want to cosplay, don't talk yourself out of it. Buy as much as you feel comfortable buying. Alter something that already exists. Just make it from scratch if you have the ambition. There's no wrong way to cosplay. You don't have to stick to a gender, body type, race. Find a character or a franchise that resonates with you and let your love for that push you as far as you're comfortable to go. And you can start small. You don't have to have your first cosplay be blowing people out of the water. But some people do. Their first cosplay, they just dive in.
I have pictures of your first one.
It was made out of t-shirts.
What was it?
I did Jack Kirby's Thor. So like, you know, the real black color, like looks like the domino with the circles. I just made it out of t-shirts the day before we went to go see the Avengers.
See the movie, yeah.
And everyone really liked it because it's like that really silly 1960s comic book Thor. And after that I made lots of Thors and ended up on the cover of Marvel Comics as Thor.
Yep.
So within a few years I went from making a t-shirt cosplay to posing and modeling for Marvel Comics and their comic books, cosplaying Thor.
And you also got flew to New York to show them how to build a...
Yes, I mean, I've done through cosplay, I've had the opportunity to visit places and go places and build things. I've made videos with production companies on how to build props and such, so I mean, lots of opportunity, but you don't have to take it that far. Cosplay is costume play, so make sure you're playing and having fun while doing it, and as long as you're having fun, you're doing it right.
Don't wear 30 pounds of wool in Atlanta in the summer.
Oh, Dragon Con was a mistake.
Oh.
You know, a lot of leather and a lot of wool in Atlanta in the middle of August is a bad idea, so that's actually really important, maybe.
Environmental,
to pay attention to the season you're cosplaying in. Maybe keep your Game of Thrones Winter is Coming for your end of year cons when it's cold, and maybe bring out Slave Leia for the middle of summer when you're really hot.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. It was